Hello boys and girls. I am going to show you today how to use our Language Center tracker sheet, which we have used many times before. Sometimes we do it on Notability, sometimes we do it on paper. At home, you can be doing this on paper as it is on the slideshow for you to print out. So the first thing we do is we choose our spelling words. We write them down here. These could come from our list words, they could come from our carryover words, or they could come from our must-know words. Either way, look on our learning space. That's a good place to start. Once we've written all 10 of our words, I'm not going to write down 10 words, I'm just going to demonstrate. Then we want to make sure that they are checked by a teacher or a parent, somebody who can double check our words. So if they say, yes, you have spelled them all correctly, they'll put little ticks right here. You can even say to them, where did these words come from? Like I got all of my words were from the unit of inquiry words, or maybe you self-selected some words. Let's say today I had one carryover from last week and I picked 3 words from a list and the other 6 words were unit-related words. That's fine. So we've selected our words, we've done our teacher check. Now the first thing we need to do is do a look, say, cover, write check. And for our look, say, cover, write check, we cover our words, we write our words, we say our words, and we check our words. So we go, creativity. This is just like in our spelling video. And again, we write down each of our words. Look, say, cover, write, check. Done one of those. All right, now that I've done that, what is the point of these circles and these squares? Well, this is for us to select in order what we would like to accomplish this week. So our must-do ones are things like reading, spelling, writing. Our could-dos and our should-dos are things like Raz Kids, perhaps doing some study ladder, maybe some typing, maybe some handwriting. Now, handwriting might be difficult to do at home. If we've got the sheet, we can do that. Our story bites we have to do with a teacher present, so we cannot do that one. We pick our order, then we decide what we're going to do. So, I did some reading this week. I read the BFG. And it took me 15 minutes of reading time. That's why I write that down here. And because I'm really good at what I do, I entered this in on the reading tracker. Next, I did some spelling. I would do a second look, say, cover, write check, which I can do up here. Second look, say, cover, write check. And I also did an activity. Maybe I did some rainbow writing. Again, the activities are located on our spelling page. And how long did it take me to do spelling? Maybe it took me about, 17 minutes. Again, these things say 10 to 20 minutes each. So if you are spending too long on those, then you should be moving on to doing something else. If you're not spending enough time, then maybe you're not focusing as much as you could be. Maybe I did some writing. Maybe I wrote my own creative story about my sister. I don't know. And the purpose of the story was to entertain. I wasn't telling you about my sister. I was telling you a funny story, maybe a made-up story about my sister. So the purpose was to entertain. Raz Kids, I can again, writing. Maybe my story took me 30 minutes to do. Now, we're not supposed to do all of these activities at the same time. They're supposed to be spread out over a period of time. The whole point of this sheet is to track our progress with our language centers for the week, not for the day. So maybe a little bit later in the week you come back and you do some Raz Kids, you write down the title. You write down how long you spent doing Raz Kids. Your 5th thing on your list is study ladder. Maybe you went on a study ladder, maybe you started at activity number 24 and you got to activity number 28. That's great. Maybe that took you 11 minutes to do. And then finally, maybe you went on to typing club and you did some practice typing and you got to stage number 17. And there you go. And maybe you did some practicing of handwriting at home. Maybe that took you 13 minutes. And total pages might not apply, but maybe you did 1 page. So there you go, boys and girls. This is our Language Center tracker sheet. This is basically how we fill it out. We've done it so many times before that I know you can say, I got this, when you're doing this at home.